The presidents of Venezuela and Algeria made a joint statement to the press Thursday afternoon. In Mexico, the mayor of the municipality of Teopisca, the state of Chiapas, has been assassinated in the last of a string of violence acts against politicians that has hit the country. Chinese Foreign Minister voiced a strong condemnation over the United States' approval of the $130 million sales of naval equipment to Taiwan. Hello, welcome to From the South. I'm Ana Marrero from the teleSUR headquarters in Caracas, Venezuela. We begin with the news. Stay with us. The president of Venezuela and Algeria made a joint statement before the press conference Thursday afternoon. The Algerian president started by pointing all of the things that the two countries have in common, including unconditionally their Independence Day, July the 5th. He then made reference to the issue that have discussed regarding international politics like current world events, helping the Palestinian people having their own state with Jerusalem as its capital, helping the Sahrawi people have a referendum on the right for their self-determination, and helping the people of Libya to hold elections so they could build a new state. Regarding bilateral issues, both countries agreed on setting up an airline company that will make direct flights between Caracas and Algiers starting next month.
We have decided to build a strong bilateral economic, commercial, and financial agenda to work together for the prosperity of our two countries. To that purpose, we have decided to relaunch a high-level joint commission. And as you had announced, soon our two capitals will be joined with a direct flight, a direct connection from the north of Africa to the north of South America. I very much appreciate that decision.
In Peru, farmers' representatives from Ancash ratified their farmers' strike due to the shortage of fertilizers. With increase in fertilizer prices as the main point of the platform of demands, farmers' unions and Irrigation Board of Chimbote met in the district of Santa to hold 24 hours work stoppages. They also demand the implementation of the legal framework that declares of national interest, the optimization of hydraulic infrastructure, and the construction of a single intake in the Chiniques special project. They also demand to President Pedro Castillo to ensure that they have space for dialogue to deal with the issue related to fertilizers. In Uruguay, industrials and metallurgical workers march in defense of the wage and against job losses. Organizations such as the Confederation of Industry Workers and the National Union of Metal Workers and related branches carried out a mobilization in the capital of the country in defense of the collective agreements, sources of works and wages. The march will reach the headquarters of the Ministry of Labor, where they will demand active policies from the national government. It is also expected that in the coming weeks, the education and construction sectors will make a statement on the matter. Brazilian health authorities reported the first case of monkeypox in the country. Official sources informed that a patient is a 41-year-old man who arrived in the city of Sao Paulo after a recent trip to Spain. This information was confirmed by the mayor of Sao Paulo, which is also monitoring the situation of another patient suspected of having contracted the disease, although he has no travel abroad. In this context, the Ministry of Health reported a follow-up of 7 other suspected cases. In addition, the National Health Surveillance Agency has recommended resuming the prevention measures implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic and relaxed in recent months after the government lifted the state of emergency. Brazilian authorities arrested a man on Wednesday in connection with the disappearances of a British journalist and a local anthropologist in the Amazon. At the press conference on Wednesday, officials said very little progress has been made regarding the fate of Dom Felipe, age 57, and Bruno Pereira, age 41, who disappeared early Sunday morning in Brazil's remote Javari jungle village near the Peruvian border. Brazilian police and military officers said at the press conference that they had questioned 6 people and made 1 arrest. However, they said it was unclear whether people's custody was directly linked to the case. Meanwhile, authorities are pursuing all lines of investigation and still hope to find them alive. In the United States, the House of Representatives passed a gun control bill in the middle of a controversy over the gun violence in the country. The House creates a federal version of the so-called red flag law that will restrict access to firearms to people who are reported as threats. The initiative called Protect Our Children proposed to increase the age to buy semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21 and to ban high-capacity cartridge. This initiative was approved with 221 votes in favor and 204 against, and it is expected to continue implementing measures to control the flow of weapons in the country. These events occur after the shooting that took place in Texas and New York. During his visit to Algeria, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro visited places of high historic value to the Algerian people. President Maduro led a weather at the Monument of the Martyrs in order to pay tribute to the heroes who fought for the independence of Algeria, which is one of the most representative elements of the city of Algiers and visible from any point of the city. Likewise, accompanied by the Algerian Minister of Energy, he also visited the Museum of the Revolution, a historical space that exhibits a vast collection of articles related to the War of Independence of the North African country. Upon leaving the premises, the Venezuelan president signed the visitor's book in which he admired the heroism of the Algerian people and saluted the strong ties that exist between Venezuela and Algeria. So that's what we can see. The president is in Algeria right now, and he paid tribute to the veterans and martyrs who died fighting for the independence of that people, who coincidentally is the same day that's our Independence Day that Venezuelans did. It is July 5. So this is a oration tour that Venezuelan president is doing. He started in Turkey, and now he's in Algeria, strengthening ties with the Eurasian countries, and he's traveling to do so. So we hope that our ties could be strengthened and sign really good agreements for us, and both nations had really good ties. teleSUR expands its signal with a new satellite parameters since more than ever the world connects to us and our stories are being heard around the world. The parameters are in place since June the 1st in Latin America and the Caribbean, both in English and Spanish, and quite soon further changes will be implemented for the signal in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. This new multi-platform will continue providing trustful content to oppose the hegemonic media's narrative and faithfulness to our audience. We'll take a short break now. Join us again after this. Welcome back to From the South. In Mexico, the mayor of the municipality of Teospica in the state of Chiapas have been assassinated in the last of a threat of violence against politicians that has hit the country. Mayor Ruben Valdez-Dia was killed by unknown assailants who riddled him with a bullet as he was leaving his home in his vehicle. The news was released by Teospica Governor Tulio Escandón. The mayor was affiliated with the Green Ecologist Party, which is part of the ruling coalition led by the National Regeneration Movement, Morena, according to the elitist consulting firm 94 mayors have been assassinated in Mexicans between 2000 and 2022. Less than 2 weeks for Colombia's runoff elections, the presidential candidates stepped up their campaign activities. This Wednesday, Pacto's historical PAD candidate Gustavo Petro held a meeting with organizations of people with disabilities in its Colombia capital, Bogotá. At the meeting, Petro signed a commitment agreement to work on policies to provide a quality of life of disabled people and their families. He also took the opportunity to lash out against his rival, Rodolfo Hernández, for his alleged lack of sensitivity toward the laziest people.
We do not stop at words. We do have experience. In general, presidents haven't done much for the disabled. Some even, and they won't name any names, refer to them with vulgarity. So I guess you should evaluate candidates by the coalition they represent.
Shifting topics, the Supreme Court of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic sentenced to death 3 foreign mercenaries who fought against the Donbass and Russia. The court authorities indicate that the investigations establishes the mercenaries of British and Moroccan origin participated in the hostilities in Ukraine in exchange for a finance reward. Meanwhile, the entity stressed that the convicted persons can appeal the court's decision within 1 month and ask for a pardon. In this case, they noted that if the president of the self-proclaimed republics of Donetsk grants a pardon, the death penalty can be commuted to a sentence of 25 years to life imprisonment. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met with his Turkish counterpart Mevlut Cavusoglu in Ankara on Wednesday to discuss the ongoing crisis in Ukraine and a possible sea corridor for the export of Ukrainian goods. The meeting comes after the United Nations suggests a cooperation mechanism between Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, and the UN to ensure the exports of Ukrainian cereals to the world market. The move is due to the importance of the cereal markets of Russia and Ukraine, which are the world's leading grain exporters and account for 30% of the world's wheat export, 20% of corn export, and 76% of sunflower oil exports. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow has not handed a solution to the export issue and is ready to cooperate with Ukraine to solve the problem.
On our part, I'd like to reiterate that Russia has never put any obstacle to resolving this issue, If Kiev is ready to clear the mines, we are ready to cooperate to resolve this problem.
On his part, Turkey Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu stressed that dialogue between Kiev and Moscow could resume.
Judging from Zelensky's recent statements and what our contacts tell us, a return to negotiations is possible, and if both sides agree on this issue, Turkey is ready to do its job as facilitator.
We have more news coming up after final short break, so don't go away. Welcome back. Chinese foreign ministers voiced strong condemnation over United States approval for a $120 billion sales of naval equipment to Taiwan.
The arms sale by the United States to China's Taiwan region seriously violates the One China principle and the provisions of the three Sino-U.S. joint communiques, especially the August 17th communique. It seriously damaged China's sovereignty and security interests and seriously damaged China-U.S. relations and peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. China firmly opposes and strongly condemns this.
As of this Thursday, Thailand has legalized the growing and possession of marijuana through its recreational use of it's forbidden. Thailanders will be able to grow cannabis plants at home and sell the herbs after the government removed marijuana from the list of banned narcotics. Thailand is the first country to take such a measure in Southeast Asia, a region known for its strict anti-drug laws. The government hopes that the development of local cannabis trade will boost agricultural and tourism, and to that end, they will give away 1 billion plants to their citizens. Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi participated in the third China plus Central Asian Foreign Minister meeting held in Kazakhstan. At the meeting, Wang stressed no matter how the international landscape might change, China will always firmly support the Central Asian countries in protecting their sovereignty and independence, pursuing of development paths suited to their national conditions, and building an autonomous Central Asia. He also stated, guided by the principles of mutual respect, good neighbor alliance, solidarity, and mutual benefit, his nation stands ready to strengthen solidarity and coordination with the Central Asian countries and jointly build a closer community with a shared future. The meeting was chaired by the Kazakh Deputy Foreign Minister and Foreign Minister and attended by several high government officials. In South Korea, at least 7 people died and 41 others were injured in a fire that occurred on Thursday in the southeastern city of Daegu. According to the firefighters, the fire broke out in the 7-story office buildings around 10:55 local time and was completely extinguished about 20 minutes later. Authorities mobilized 165 fighters with 50 fire engines and evacuated dozens of people from the premises. Police opened an investigation to determine the exact cause of the fire, that they are not ruling out arson.
The confirmed cases so far include a total of 9 victims, 7 dead, 2 injured, and 39 cases of smoke inhalation. All of the deceased were taken to Kyungpook National University Hospital.
We have come to the end of this news brief, but you can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. You can also join us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram as well. But before our farewells, we say goodbye with the song Nuestra America, It's Our America, performed by Mayito Rivera with Alexander Jose Gil Dominguez and Achilles Rengifo, a melody that celebrates our union as a continent. For teleSUR English, I'm from the South, I'm Ana Marrero, and thank you for watching.
Un canto por la América Unida. Mira, que lo escuchan allá arriba. ¡Vamos! Somos la tierra, somos la arcilla, la esperanza que brota y germina. 500 años nos han pisoteado, aquí seguimos, de aquí no nos vamos. América.